What's up, O fans? It's Sam here at the Osight booth in SHOT Show in Las Vegas. The biggest new news in the Osight world is the launch of our sister brand, Osight. They have their own booth just around the corner, but we have their products for sale as well. Just the other day, I was able to do an interview with David Chow, the co-founder of Osight, to talk not only about the product, which we talked about so much, but to talk about all the support that this new Osight brand puts behind their excellent product and the lifetime warranty and everything you need to know about all the behind-the-scenes work that went into supporting this launch of our new sister brand, Osight.
Well, it's good that you asked about this. We are very customer-centric, customer-focused, and you could say it's a bit of a stewardship in that our goal is to serve our customers.
Yes.
Whether it's not just after sales, before sales, even our design is with our customer in mind. And so, yeah, you could say that customers are, we're orbiting our customers. Customers are our center.
Absolutely. So I had the pleasure of being at both the rehearsal and the launch event, and you covered so many brilliant details about what you're including in the box and what you're including behind the scenes to support the customers. The first thing is, a first among many, is a little diagram about specifically, exactly, how to zero your red dot sight.
Right.
In a nice little yellow piece of paper with very clear instructions and a visual aid as well. What was the impetus for having such very specific and easy to follow instructions in the box?
It goes with your first question, and that is to serve the customers. So we did a lot of study about the different frustrating things people have when they deal with red dots. And one of the top ones is zeroing. And we created the card, a quick start guide, bright yellow, so that, hey, this is something you can bring to the range.
Yes.
And as a quick 1, 2, 3 step, how to zero. And we identified certain things that people, with the mistakes people would make in installing and zeroing their dots. And I can tell you right off the bat, number one is improper hardware.
Yes, absolutely.
Installing the wrong hardware happens more often than not, especially the metric and the standard screws. You know, those 8 screws that we included was the result of a lot of work. They weren't just 8 random screws.
Yes.
We did the research.
Excellent.
In fact, hundreds of guns, we distilled that down to the exact 8 that was needed for that kit, you know? So anyway, that's the hardware. Not just the type, but the length is important.
Okay.
So the other issues are, the adaptive plate or what's not.
Yeah, and I want to come to that. If you'd like.
I want to keep going because you mentioned the zeroing.
The guideline,
guide,
yes.
Yeah. So that's another thing that's very important is that when you zero, there's for beginners or amateurs, there's a tendency to zero the dot. You shouldn't zero the dot.
Yes.
You should zero the point of impact, which is opposite zeroing the dot.
Interesting.
Okay?
Yeah,
so,
and it's a struggle that I've had in the original Osight.
So, if someone's worked with red dots, no problem, but for the first time, a lot of people are first-time red dot users who buy ours. They get confused. They just, it says go right. You're not really moving the dot right. You're moving the point of impact to the right, which is opposite.
Yes, exactly.
So, that card what was the impetus? It was to help our customers properly zero the red dot.
Absolutely, and I think the intersection between the competitive nature of the Osight X and the beginner aspect of the Osight X is very interesting because it's one product designed for 2 very different audiences.
Right.
Because it has that professional quality in terms of the reticle, in terms of everything that you get, but it's also very amateur friendly. Now, we also discussed the screws which come in the box. In addition to that, there's several other accessories, a lens cloth, a sighting tool, an owner's manual. Is there anything I'm forgetting?
Cloth, the tool, so there's a whole bunch of stuff. Anything you would need would be in there. But I do have to say one thing that is not in there that you need.
Okay.
And that is a torque wrench.
Oh yes, torque screwdriver.
Too many people install it without a proper torque. Now, I built a helicopter.
Yes, sir.
You better make sure your torque's right. or you could be flying and not flying. You know?
Sure, yeah.
So same thing with guns. If you're going to depend your life on it, get yourself a torque wrench and torque it to 17 inch-pounds for all their screws. I think it's 15 or 14 for the M3. You know.
Okay.
But anyway,
follow the manual, which is included in the box.
most people do not have one. Torque wrenches, good ones are expensive.
Yes.
We didn't include it. You have a tool, but get yourself one if you want to have a reliable red dot. So what happens is people just generally do it. You're not a tool instrument. You either over torque it, or you're under torque it.
Yeah.
Both of which are a problem. If you over torque it, you can destroy the threads on your screw or in your slide.
Yep.
Very bad day.
Yes.
And people end up blaming, oh, this sucks, whatever. Or they under torque it and the sight becomes loose. So I know that during nationals, I think last year, not our sight, a red dot went flying.
Oh, wow.
They didn't torque it right.
Exactly right.
This is a professional competitive shooter that's screwed up.
And when you're working with these professional level precision instruments, German torque is not enough. You can't just go with Gutentight. You need to have your 17 inch-pounds.
Gutentight. Well, you don't want Gutentight. You want the exact torque that you want.
Precision.
There's actually a second thing that is not included, and that's the Loctite.
Oh, okay. No blue Loctite on the screws this time around.
There is, but the better one is the liquid type, and you give it 24 hours to set. So if I'm a competitive shooter, that's exactly what I would do. Those two things, the torque wrench and Loctite. So
okay, that's you heard it here from the expert and the aviator, Mr. David Chow. So next up, I want to talk about all the website support, because you mentioned adapter plates. It can be quite confusing, but you've made it incredibly simple. You've invested a whole lot of time and effort into an expansive, like a catalog of compatible firearms. In fact, you can go onto the website right now, name your firearm, and it will tell you what adapter plate you need, what site you recommend. Talk about the process and the impetus behind having such a vast expanse of compatibility and what that means to the customer.
So, as I talked about in the presentation, compatibility is a big issue. In fact, I'd like to share something with you that I found just recently on Reddit, and I'm going to read it to you word for word because this is relevant. I'm going to read it to you. It's a Reddit post.
I also find a lot of inspiration on Reddit.
Or de-inspiration too.
Yeah.
So this guy said, he was complaining about his experience, red dots in general. He said, it's not fun ordering an optic. It arrives, then you realize you need to order some screws, and you have to wait for screws to arrive now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is not unique to us. The whole industry has a problem. So the website was designed specifically to help our customers. Again, customer-centric, right?
Yes.
So we didn't spare any resources to test ourselves all the guns that have optic slides from the factory.
Yes.
We didn't get all of them, but we were still building on it. We said 300. It's still increasing.
Wow.
You know? So why is this important to us? Because it's important to our customers.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So
Eric,
these screws. Yeah. So the website. I'll do a drill down. Hey there. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, good to see you. The whole point is we don't want to just plop all the data down. Of course, in the quick reference card, those are the ones that we had for the time being.
Right.
But that list is continuing to grow.
And the website, the user interface is beautiful.
It's awesome. So we even had a professional studio, the pictures with and without the sight, different angles.
Truly
those are
incredible.
studio shots.
Truly incredible.
And we want our customers to say, hey, this is my gun. How does the sight look on mine? And from different angles, you know?
Oh, 100%.
And eventually it's like, okay, if it's an S or an X or both, and then the screws are included or not, or that I need, or what plates I need, here's the link direct to it. So this is really a service to our customers
100%.
to solve the problem so that even before you buy, you have resources to find out, hey, this is my favorite firearm. Hey, it works. I have the confidence to buy now which one of our products will work.
Absolutely.
And even there's a picture. my gun looks just like that. Oh, it looks so great. I want it.
Absolutely. That confidence could be the key factor in making the sale versus not. Another thing that makes the key factor is the price point, which in US dollars is absolutely astounding. Even when you convert it to Canadian dollars, I checked our sale right now and it's wonderful. Can you tell us about how you achieve the price point, even though the O aluminum is so difficult to machine?
So, based on the core foundational values that we talked about in the launch, we're here to serve our customers.
Yes.
And first and foremost, if we're really here for big business, we wouldn't sell it that cheap.
Yeah, it's
we don't
true.
need to sell that cheap.
No, it could have been $50 more.
Let's not say cheap, that low, okay?
Yes.
So the thing is, we're taking a huge amount less because we want people to have this accessible to them.
Absolutely.
Because traditionally, red dots, good ones,
Prohibitive.
get to. Yeah, it's just like as much as a firearm. We want everyone who has a firearm that has a cut to say, hey, I would like a red dot. Here's a very good one.
An excellent one, and you can get it at an excellent price, very accessible. Another thing, added value. My final two topics: the added value of having a global lifetime warranty. That's an incredible stand to take behind your product. How are you able to achieve that? What does that mean for the brand and for the community?
So, the idea is that, again, we're here to serve our customers.
100%. It all comes back to that.
Global is not easy because if there's a problem, we probably may not make anything from that sale, but we're serving our customers.
Yeah.
We might even take a loss.
It's entirely possible, but they know their next site's going to be an Osight if you help them out.
But what's important to us is that our customers are happy.
Yes.
And that our red dots perform. Another factor that contributed to the global lifetime warranty is through our extensive testing. It gave us a lot of confidence about our product and how it performed.
Yes.
So we're very boldly doing this because we believe in our product. I mean, I've carried the S actually since last July.
Wow.
A prototype.
Yes.
Many versions prior, but I carried it. I kept breaking them on purpose.
Oh, yes.
And found out all the problems, whatever, and I carried it. It's something I would carry. I would trust as well.
That's amazing. And lastly, in the presentation, congratulations on such an excellent presentation. You also mentioned the very exciting prospect of the potential in the future or near future, you tell me, of manufacturing in the United States for the Osight brand. That's a huge step in a positive direction for many consumers. Tell us more about the future of U.S. manufacturing for Osight and how important that is to the brand.
So I think there's a general trend to bring things back to the U.S. There's pride in what we do here. There's a marketing advantage. The costs will go up, but we're going to try as much as possible to control it so that through automation and technology. But our goal is really to be able to take away any excuse for you to buy our red dot, okay? And one of it is made in U.S.,
Yeah.
And honestly, as far as quality and detail, it's already there,
Oh, absolutely.
We just have to bring it stateside so that in the future we can win military contracts as well.
Oh, so that is a huge goal for a company like this.
And another advantage is we bring jobs to the U.S.
Yes, of course.
We have the support, the design, and the whole team here, and we're here to back up our products. And I think, I can't say too much, but it's going to happen sooner than later.
Oh, wow, that's very exciting.
That's why we're bold enough to go ahead and tell our strategy that, hey, we're going to make it in the United States.
And speaking of not saying too much, could you give us any parting words or teasers about what's immediately next for Osight, aside from perhaps a change in manufacturing location?
To be honest, there's more than a dozen, maybe close to 2 dozen different things we're looking at, and I would love to tell you, but I would get in trouble.
Okay. Well, who do you report to? You're the boss. But anyway, David Chow, thank you so much.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you very much for this interview, and thank you for everything you've done for your brand, for the products, and for the people. It all comes back to supporting your customers, removing all of the barriers that are in the way of you having the red dot of your dreams on your firearm. Thanks again.
Thank you, Sam.